Here's good. Alright, hey everybody, this is Josh from AskJoshy on YouTube and Complexity Gaming. With me here is FourCourtJester. How are you doing today?
Feeling good, you know, getting pumped. First MLG ever and League of Legends. I mean, like, that's awesome for me. It's
Alright.
awesome.
Do you want to tell people who, like on my channel, they're mostly StarCraft 2 fans. Do you want to tell people a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I'm the FourCourtJester. I do basically a lot of MOBA work. So Heroes of New Earth, League of Legends. I got some StarCraft 2 in there. It's not very good, but that's why I quit it. But Bloodline Champions, and I got my fingers in a lot of different pies, a lot of closed betas, because MOBA is a really big genre. It's really getting out there. There's a lot of attention getting added to this game type right now. So yeah, when I heard that, hey, League of Legends come to MLG and they need someone, I was right out their door. I was just like, you need someone, I can bring that passion to that screen. And the rest is history. Here I am, and I'm talking to AskJoshy. Like, 3 dreams come true in 1.
Nice, dude. So what can you tell us about the format of this League of Legends? It's kind of like an exhibition this week, or?
Well, it's a $20,000 tournament.
Oh,
so
okay.
Not exactly exhibition. $12,500 to the victors, $7,500 to second place. There's only 4 teams though, so we got Counter Logic, we got Team Solamid, Epic Gamer, Curse Gaming. And if you've watched any other streams, I mean, you've seen these guys in and around the place. DreamHack, we had the IEM, WCG. These guys are really out there. Like, these are the top teams of North America. We don't have any EU teams. It's kind of expensive to, you know, fly them over. But so they're going to be here. You know, they're going to do round robin play all Saturdays. So we're doing like 12 hours of commentating. It's
nice,
fun times. And after all that, we're going to, you know, tally up all the wins, all the losses. Top 2 teams, you know, go head to head for finals on the Sunday. That's will be about a 3-hour stream, and we're going to give them the money right there. Easy as that.
So pool play will eliminate 2 of the teams, and then only top 2 are competing for the top 2 prize.
2 of the teams are only getting, you know, airfare, hotel, and a great time. The other 2 are taking home all that cash.
Nice. All right. So let's see. League of Legends casting. What goes into that? How much stuff do you actually have to know for League of Legends casting?
Well, 81 heroes, 5 abilities a pop. That's 400 things to memorize. But you can do shortcuts. You know, call it the passive, call it the ultimate, that kind of fun stuff. You need to read up on the items. You gotta figure out what each player likes to run. Is this guy really big with AD? Is this guy a really big jungler? And then from there you can kind of infer, all right, he's probably going to be running this or that. He's going to go do this. Probably going to see this kind of gameplay. So it does take a good amount of research because it is a team game. It's not like StarCraft. You just research one player. You find out, okay, he likes to run Void Rays, and then you're probably going to expect Void Rays every game. With the 5v5, depends like differently upon the heroes. Like if you're going to be running a very gank heavy versus very turtle heavy, it could be very different. So there's a lot of things that you got to try to keep under your belt. But don't get afraid, you know, to do something. Throw it out there. I mean, this game is going to explode when spectator mode comes out. We're going to need a lot more casters like yourself out there.
All right. Are you excited for Dominion and the public spectator mode coming out hopefully soon?
Dominion looks fun, that it does. I'm not too sure of it as an esport. Traditionally, that kind of gameplay hasn't really panned out in the long run, but it does look fun. Hopefully, it'll do really good. Spectator mode, of course, I can't wait for that. I mean, it's getting really polished, but as we saw at IEM, I mean, it's not quite ready. That game number 3 of those finals, they crashed 3 times before we were actually even able to play the game.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, there's still some bugs. I'm still really hoping they can get all that sorted out. But, you know, when that comes out, I'm going to be expecting some big things to happen.
All right. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask what you thought about the whole Dota 2 controversy, League of Legends and Heroes of New Earth. Everyone is abuzz about what is Dota 2 going to mean for the MOBA scene. What are your thoughts on Dota 2?
Dota 2 is probably going to bring Dota back into the limelight. Like, it's such an old map these days, and it runs on the Warcraft 3 engine. I mean, I just downloaded Warcraft 3 again the other day because I have my CD key saved with Blizzard, and I just noticed that they finally have HD support. But, I mean, that's almost 10 years after the fact. So Dota 2 in its own engine, especially with the support Valve can give it, it's really going to burst onto the scene, and there's a huge China following of Defense of the Ancients. Like, you think LoL is huge? I mean, China by itself could probably fund Dota for the rest of its life. I mean, there's just so many gamers out there. It's so big in Asia. It's probably going to bring a lot of the NA gamers like back to the Dota scene because Heroes of New Earth was marketed to the pro Dota players. It's just like, hey, here's our game in its own client.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close until the whole lawsuit happened. But I mean, that's all over and done with, and now they're going into a slightly different, more casual direction, which is fine. Dota, however, is probably, as soon as those contracts run out, bam, Dota 2 all the way, because there's a lot of money in it right now. Like, Valve has huge pockets, and it's going to be on Steam, and that by itself, like, look what happened when Team Fortress 2 went free to play. Just exploded with numbers. So yeah, Dota 2 is probably going to be very good for the scene. They had a great showing at IEM, very solid gameplay. Yes, there is a little bit of little bit of lag, little bit of issues, but it's still beta. It's coming out next year. A lot of people are getting hyped, and of course, as you see Riot and Valve now doing a money war,
right.
$1 million tournament, $5 million season, $5 million tournament. So I'm a little concerned about that. Like, that's going to grow to a giant bubble, and hopefully that's not going to pop.
Right.
But hopefully they're going to keep it responsible. We can keep this fun stuff going. But I think Dota 2 is going to be very big for the scene.
All right, StarCraft 2 kind of has its own bubble issues coming up here soon. More and more Korean players are starting to come to foreign events and stuff like that.
We got 10 here today.
Yeah, and it's very tenuous right now how long things can survive in North America if they're not winning anything. But
pretty much,
it's a totally different topic. Do you see yourself going to Dota 2, casting Dota 2 once it is in beta or even released?
I don't know. There's some pretty big names out there already. I mean, Toby-Wan Kenobi was out there, Slush, and then again, like, it's really big in China. So the Chinese commentator, I don't speak Chinese, guys. So
right.
it's kind of hard to compete with that. They're going to have millions of views. I'm going to get maybe hundreds of thousands, but that's okay. I mean, just each their own.
I'll just have to live with hundreds of thousands.
I'll live with hundreds of thousands. I don't expect hundreds of thousands off the bat. I do plan to pick it up, because it is another MOBA. It's just like Dota. I really don't understand why people are like, it's a LoL clone, or why is this not different than Dota? I don't know what they were expecting, but Dota 2, kind of implies Dota. So,
right.
I mean, it's a game I grew up on. It's a game I grew through high school, university, good fun stuff. Picked up Heroes of Earth as soon as that came out, so I will be sinking my teeth into Dota 2. We'll see how far I get.
All right, glad to hear it. I wish you best of luck with all of your endeavors, including MLG Raleigh 2011.
Yeah, we go live tomorrow, so it's going to be a good time.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for the interview.